Hello everyone, today I'm going to be reading Reddit stories from r/EntitledPeople, so sit back, relax, and enjoy. And if you do end up liking the video, please subscribe and like, as I'd really appreciate it. Okay, bye. Our first story is going to be coming from old_wishbones5101. So my great aunt passed away and left me a decent inheritance. Nothing wild, but enough to pay off my student loans and set aside a little for savings. I told my friend, we'll call her Rachel, over lunch. She got quiet and then said, "Wow, must be nice. I bet you'll help out all your friends who weren't so lucky growing up." I laughed and said something like, "I mean, I'll probably treat my friends to dinner more often." She stared at me and said dead serious, "No, like actually help. We've known each other forever. I think it'd be fair if you split it." I thought she was joking, but she was not. She then brought up all the time she covered my coffee in college and said, "This is just the universe evening the score." Needless to say, I didn't share a dime. She blocked me on Instagram and told all our mutual friends that I ghosted her after I got rich. Sorry Rachel, the only thing I'm splitting is the check with people who actually support me. Okay, so I'm just gonna give my thoughts on this story because I thought it was kind of funny how she said she got blocked on Instagram and told all her mutual friends that OP ghosted her after OP got rich. But OP didn't even specify the amount of money and said that it wasn't like enough for anything huge. It was just for like savings. So yeah, no, Rachel sounds like a weirdo. I'm kind of curious if there's any more stories on her, because if that's who she's been friends with for a while, then I don't know. Because based off of what I read, Rachel low-key sounds intolerable. I don't know if I would be able to be friends with her for a while. Our next post is coming from FX Learner. I won't make this post long as it happened a few hours ago. Me and my girlfriend do not have kids, so we have extra free time, as we always get told by my cousin who has 4 kids, all minors. She had been joking around lately and saying that we should take care of the children, all of them, as she had booked a cruise with her new boyfriend. We didn't pay attention to any of this as it all sounded absurd, so we just all laughed along with her. We both have an extra day off as it was a long weekend, and heard some knocking on the door at 7 a.m. in the morning. We knew it wouldn't be the postman as they don't arrive that early and we weren't expecting visitors. So I go down and check who it is, and I see my cousin's 4 kids standing out there in the cold, mother nowhere in sight. I open the door and bring them inside because it's freezing outside and they had no jackets on. I then asked where their mother was, and they said she told us that you would take care of us while she's on her cruise, so we took the bus and came to your house. I couldn't believe my eyes and ears, and I kept thinking, what the heck? So I called her immediately and her phone was off. I called her new boyfriend and his phone went to voicemail. I asked the kids to explain exactly what their mom had told them, and they said in these words, "She said since you don't have any responsibilities and have free time, that you would look after us while she was gone." What do? I called my aunt and she said the same thing, that my cousin has told her I had agreed to take care of the kids. She didn't even have the courtesy to drop them off and made them catch the bus on a cold winter day. Thinking of calling child services at this point. Update. Cops have arrived at my door with DOCs. I did not call them. We'll update shortly. So this story is kind of crazy to me because the mother is just endangering her kids. But yeah, there is an update, so we're gonna read that now. Alright, here's what actually went down a few hours after my cousin's kids showed up at our place. We were still trying to figure out what to do, gave them food, put the heater on, and got them settled. But still, no word from their mom or her boyfriend, both phones going straight to voicemail. Then, around 10:30 a.m., I get a call from a private number. It's the police. They ask if I've got 4 kids at my house. I said yes and explained the situation. Turns out the bus driver who dropped them off is the one who called it in. Apparently, on the ride over, the kids told him that they were going to stay with family and gave him our addresses. He thought it was odd that 4 young kids were traveling alone in the cold with no bags or jackets, so after dropping them off, he reported it to welfare just to be safe. A short while later, both police and child protection show up at my door. They were honestly great, calm, but clearly taking it seriously. I told them everything, showed them texts where my cousin had joked about us watching the kids, nothing confirming anything, explained how we had no warning, and that they just showed up saying we'd agreed. The kids said their mom told them that we had plenty of free time and would be happy to take care of them. Then, about an hour and a half after that, police tell me they've gone to the cruise terminal and found her on the ship. This ship was in the circular quay in the city, not too far from my place, and was scheduled to leave at 3:30 p.m. She had already boarded, ready to set sail with her new boyfriend. They pulled her off and told her that she had to come immediately. No argument. She showed up at our house looking completely unbothered, full cruise outfit, sunglasses on her head, and lanyard around her neck. Didn't even look at the kids, just walked in and said, "Did you seriously get the police involved with this?" I told her she left 4 kids with no warning, no gear, and no contact info. She starts going off on how I embarrassed her and ruined her holiday. Then my aunt calls, her mom, yelling at me saying I'd gone too far, and that she paid for the cruise as a treat for her daughter, and I'd wasted her money. No concern at all for what actually happened. Meanwhile, Child Protection was taking a statement from me and telling my cousin this was a serious neglect issue and would be investigated. She didn't seem to care, grabbed the kids, didn't say thank you, didn't apologize, just left like I was the one in the wrong. I tried to call my aunt and her a while after to explain that I was not the one who called the police and child services, but they would not believe me, and both had blocked my number. Honestly, after reading that story, I'm kind of worried for the kids, cause who knows what environment they're growing up in, and that was just terrible of the mother. But in all seriousness, the bus driver is actually a hero, and who knows what could have happened if he didn't call the police. He probably would have had to do something about it, I don't know, but that just doesn't seem like a normal situation. This next post is from turbulent_day_7896. I own a small independent insurance agency. I pride myself on putting my clients first, providing valuable advice, and top-notch customer service. Until recently, I had 100% 5-star reviews. Unsolicited, I may add. Recently, clients of mine went through a divorce. I won't go too much into the details, but the husband got arrested for DV. As part of their divorce negotiation, he was supposed to continue paying for their insurance until certain assets like the house and cars were liquidated or retitled. The wife, who was the first named insured on all their policies, had been keeping me apprised of the situation. Well, he didn't want to follow the agreement and thought he could bully me into canceling the policies without her knowledge or agreement. Not only is that not ethical or moral, it's not legal since she was the first named insured. For days, he constantly called, I think 37 times in one day was the record, and texted me, leaving harassing and derogatory messages saying I was colluding with his wife to screw him over. I know trying to fight crazy with logic is a fool's errand, but I even provided him with the applicable regulations and reminded him of the divorce agreement that I was provided. After all of his attempts at bullying me and harassing me into getting his way failed, he went online and wrote an absolutely insane, all caps, 1-star review on my business. I'm lucky that it didn't have any real effect due to all the other reviews, but damn, some people are truly unhinged. Unfortunately, that's all the Reddit stories I have for today. Thank you for watching until the end, I genuinely appreciate it. Please like and subscribe, and yeah, have a great day or night.